Hi, this is Michelle. Welcome to my channel, Divine Design OH by Michelle, where we make easy sewing projects for your family and your home. Today we are making an adorable key fob using whatever fabric you want. This is a great way to show your individuality, to give as a gift for someone. Today we're making one on this adorable animal print. Now, who doesn't need an animal print? You're going to start with a piece of fabric that is approximately 4 inches wide by 12 inches long. And I already have fused to that a medium weight fusible interfacing that is just done, cut to size, and then fused on with the iron. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this in thirds. And I want to fold it so that the edge right here is right at the fold over here. So the fold that's here and the raw edge are going to line up. And you'll see why when we go to the sewing machine. And then we're just going to press that crease in really, really well so it stays when we sew it. And down here, I didn't quite get this done exactly where it was supposed to be, so we just redo it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have this little strip then that is about this size, so it's actually 1/3 of the size that we started out with. So if you look at it, we have it cut, or excuse me, not cut, but folded into 3 sections. This side lines up with the fold over here. So the next thing we're going to do is go to the sewing machine. Go meet me over there. So here we are at the machine. I have already preloaded black thread in. You want to try to match as much as possible. So because this is a darker fabric, I've used black thread both in the top and in the bobbin thread. I'm just going to put my needle down. I'm going to put it very, very close to this edge right here. And we're just basically going to run a top stitch, stitch in through there, which is basically just a running stitch, but it's very close to the edge. So let's get going. And I'm going down the folded side first. Over my experience, that has worked easier and makes a smoother key fob when you're stitching down this side first. We're going to stop just before the edge. We're going to turn it, come across the short end. We're going to turn it again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to stitch right along the edge here, down the other end. You just have to be very careful not to run off the edge and that you're catching the raw edge here. So you're closing the seam. And we're going to go back across this edge here. And I'm just going to back stitch a little bit here. Cut my threads. So if you can see, we've just got that little small stitch. Maybe that side's easier to see, coming along there. So it's basically making a rectangle. So now I'm going to fold these 2 ends together, just like this, after I cut my threads here. Grab my little scissors. So we're just going to cut off the threads from where we started. There we go. And I'm going to change my stitch in my machine to a zigzag stitch. So we're just going to line up our ends. So we've got our 2 sides. So basically it looks like this, If you think this is where you would put your wrist through, making it a wristlet. And I'm going to put my presser foot down there, and I'm just going to zigzag back and forth a couple times. Because we really want this to be a sturdy seam up here, because this is what's going to take all the brunt and the heaviness of the keys. So we really want this to be good and secure here. So I found that twice, back and forth twice, is pretty good for this. And don't worry about this. This will get covered up, so it doesn't have to be the prettiest. You want it to be okay, but doesn't have to be the prettiest. I'm going to cut my thread, and we're going to go back in and trim up those excess threads that are from the beginning there. And you can see it's not the prettiest seam in the world, across and back and across and back. But now that gives us the shape of our key fob. So join me back over on the pressing mat. Hey, thanks for joining me for the last part of this video. We have our fabric piece that we have sewn together. If you notice these wicked looking pliers, these are key fob hardware pliers. And you'll notice here I have a key fob, the actual hardware piece. So it has teeth inside here, the key ring up here, and I have chosen one in sort of a burnished brass to match. I think goes nicely with the colors in this animal print. So the way I do it is I set my hardware inside the pliers like this, and then I just set it up on its end. Then I stick my fabric in here. If there is any excess fabric, I want it to be evenly distributed on either side, which this is. And we're just going to take these pliers and we're going to press down. And then I give it a few good presses here to make sure it's good and stuck. Take that off. And there we have an adorable keychain. These are so easy to make. Wonderful for gifts. Think about it for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, and a little extra something, a stocking stuffer at Christmas time, teacher appreciation, you name it. It's a great gift. It's simple. I made this out of a fat quarter, and I was able to get 5 to 6 keychains out of a fat quarter, which goes a long way. If you're looking for this hardware, it's linked in my Amazon store, and that can be found in the link in my bio. So thanks for joining me for making our really fun and easy key fob. Have a great day. Bye.